Hello everyone, my name is Oskar Lagerosen and I'm the founder of The Total Living. Now I would like to read out loud the 19th blog post in the One Glance article series covering areas. Because a central part of the One Glance system is areas. They are manifested at the lowest level together with weekly view and the highest goals. So they function as some kind of a parallel structure to the previously discussed weekly view. And what are areas exactly, you might ask? Your life consists of many different parts that you're responsible for maintaining and handling well. These are the many hats you wear each day or week to keep the engine running. And examples of these areas are work, education, if applicable, finances, household, health, hobbies, property, personal development, interests, friends and social life in general, family, relatives, productivity system, and fun activities. All of these are examples of broad areas because you cannot finish all of these, just like you do not like finish your health or finish your hobby, stuff like that, but rather make sure that they are nurtured properly to remain in balance. Because it is popular nowadays to refer to work-life balance and I want to work this much time and stuff like that. But it's in reality a balance of many different tasks, many different interests rather, of which work is an important one. Because as I previously read up, work constitutes only a part of your life, but you have like hobbies, and household, and finances, and if they are just like clumped together in life, then it's more of a misrepresentation because you might have your ideal work hours, but still feel some kind of feel that something is not right, and that's maybe because you don't spend so much time in for your hobby, for instance. So I recommend that it's better to have a more categorized view aside from just work and life, to divide life, for instance, like household, finances, friends, stuff like that. Then it becomes more clear whether something needs to be more amplified in terms of time or diminished in terms of if they take too much time. And so it's all about balance here. Areas is all about balance. And if you have all your areas in balance, identify them properly, you will not feel that you have enough time for everything. You will feel that you have you will feel that you have enough time for everything here. Moreover, you can divide your areas further. For instance, in work, you want to subdivide according to the various roles. If you are a professor, you might separate research, teaching, and service as your areas of responsibility. If you are a business owner, you have to separate many functions such as executive, administration, product, finances, sales, quality, etc., and make them their own areas. A good way to identify these different roles is by looking at your job description and seeing which responsibilities you're supposed to handle well. Outside of work, you can also divide areas further. Separate, for example, workout, food, and sleep from overall health. You can also separate different hobbies apart and various larger properties such as house, car, gear, stuff like that. You decide how much you want to split it, but make sure to have enough volume for each category so one does not have too much information. Because if so, it's better to split it in order to not have it all lumped together, so to speak. So what are the functions of areas? Areas are the building blocks of your life, and every task and project originates from areas. If you refer back to the examples from part 13, we can locate the form example that I showed the role play there to administration and overhead area. And we can locate the contract example, if you remember, to sales, and the individual assignment to education. So all of these different tasks, whether they are novel, repeated project, stuff like that, can all be traced back to their particular category, their particular area. And by separating these areas, you can attach information to them. So this is a practical usage of areas. For instance, important files that you view regularly or are very useful to a particular area, you should attach them there. So for any work areas, for example, sales or other kinds of admin, you can attach policies, links, and working documents. For instance, if there are a specific document that you are using a lot, you can attach it there. It's like a one-stop for everything. Another example is a workout, in which you can attach your workout schedule and regimen and diet and stuff like that. All this information you can place here. And if you have areas dedicated to your interests, you can link many regularly visited sites. So that was the first function of areas. The second function of areas are checklists and queue. And what do I mean by that? For instance, you can attach a cleaning checklist to the area household, where it is clear what to do for a clean house. For instance, first vacuum clean it, then do other kinds of activities with water and soap, you know what I mean? And have this in order so you can like refer to this document whenever you need to. And in terms of the queue, you can have an updatable list with YouTube videos, books, podcasts, and articles in the area called interests. And I personally use the areas list when I consume information every day. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see that I've separated two different queues. First one is for like audio, in which I am in a particular context, for instance, when I'm running, walking, weightlifting, stuff like that, or doing the food and the dishes, stuff like that. Then it's good to have a separate list to pick from whenever I feel like I need to, when I'm not really sure what to look next. And also in terms of like the reading, you can see that it's like in order as well. So just like the weekly view, you can have, if you want to, a particular like backstop of, okay, these are the current topics of interest I want to read, watch, listen more about. And but you shouldn't be so strict in terms of like the order and stuff like that. But it's more like some kind of like bookmarks. Okay, where was I? Okay, I will check like Ramit Sethi's book about what he thinks about Bitcoin, for example. This will be like the usage of this particular area. And and if you're big on learning and watching stuff in general, which I highly recommend, you should create a similar list like mine. And naturally, this area receives the most attention from me because it's the highest up among other kinds of areas. The final usage of areas, because that was 1 and 2, and now we're going to the third, and they are list of habits. Just like the weekly view is the home for novel tasks, areas are the home for repeated tasks and habits. It is in areas where you write down your current habits and when to do them. For example, you can write explicitly that you would prefer to sleep between 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. on most days, eat at the particular times and when and stuff like that, and do your workouts and hobbies at selected periods. So if you have any habit, any kind of good practice that you want to like instill in your day, it's good to first have it like written in the particular area, and then do either a reminder or calendar, stuff like that. And I will get back to habits specifically at the end of the series, because habits are quite an important one. So in summary, an areas list are used for reference, running lists, for instance, like checklist and queue and stuff like that, just as I show you, and tracking habits and metrics. So it sounds good all in all, but how do you actually use areas? And I already showed you a little bit before, because it's a simple list in a simple document of the note-taking app of your choice. And you can see part 4 for more details. You make headings for each area, for instance, like intellectual consumption, your work, body, social life, and stuff like that, and in that document. And then you input links, references, documents, and text accordingly. You should also, in your file manager, it could be either Google Drive or Dropbox or even your computer, you should create a folder called areas to store larger documents and files. So you still have some kind of a consistency between both the document and the folder. And you can also subdivide with an area in each folder if you need to. And whenever you're finished with one area, for instance, like job transition or change of interest, and if you're like adopting new ones, it could be various life circumstances that might trigger a particular change. You can adjust the document as well. How often should you check and update this document? You should at least have a look at it during your weekly update. And you can check part 14 for more information about the weekly update, as the 7th daily update in a row, you can say. And it is a way to ensure that it's current and complete. During your weekly update, you check if any new tasks and projects need to be activated to the weekly view or the longer view. Because as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, the areas could be like all related. The projects could be all related to areas and stuff like that. So it's like the birthplace, your map and structure for things that you might need to do or want to do and stuff like that. But otherwise, you should check the areas document as much as you need to. For example, areas like interests and what I show you require like more updates and need more attention, while other areas such as like sleep and the body and other kinds of more stable environments only need a weekly checkup. So in conclusion, areas are the elements that you need to balance to have a relaxed and intentional life. It is a structure, it's a map and a manual of your day-to-day experience. Use it for reference of important and useful info, plus repeated tasks. Tomorrow, I will look more into the future, your dream life, or whatever your North Star is, with a vision document where you can base your goals afterwards, because areas are the present moment and vision goes some more towards the future. If you like this post and video and wish that your friends could live a stress-free and productive life as well, please share it. And with that, I want to say thank you very much for your attention and have a very nice day. See you in the next one.